This is Jenin refugee camp, scene of the deadliest fighting in Israel's two-week offensive. The Israeli army has announced that it plans to bury Palestinians killed in the camp during its military operations. The army says the dead are gunmen, but Palestinians say hundreds of civilians have been killed and Israel is trying to hide the bodies.
It's obvious that there was an awful massacre in Jenin refugee camp. Israel was considering how to hide this crime. The Israeli army suggested to delay the withdrawal in order to be given more time to hide their crime.
The Palestinians are experts at the big lie. They assume that if you say something absurd enough times, then people will believe it. Quite to the contrary, we paid a very high price in the lives of Israeli soldiers when we went in to try to ferret out the terrorists from the civilians.
As Israel continues its military operation around Jenin, the US Secretary of State Colin Powell met with Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. But speaking at a press conference after their meeting, Sharon refused to commit to a timetable for withdrawal. There is now growing worldwide pressure for an international protection force.
The situation is so dangerous, and the humanitarian and human rights situation so appalling. In fact, you heard me say that this morning, that I think the proposition that a force should be sent in there to create a secure environment and as well as provide space for diplomatic and political negotiations can no longer be deferred.
But for the moment, those left in Jenin are trying to pick up the pieces, with Israeli troops surrounding their homes.